Hey YouTube, Joe here with another knife overview, and today I bring you the Kershaw Link model 1776 ST. So we have a lot to cover, so let's dive right in. Before I get around to showing you the box and the knife, let me just say this knife was given to me by my friends over at Kershaw. So I just want to say thank you to Kershaw for giving me the opportunity to review this knife. So here is the there's the box. It's the Kershaw Link. Your standard Kershaw box. I already have it out of the box. I've had it for a little less than a week. Let's see. There it is. So let's go over some stats. We'll do a little cut test. We'll go over some things, what I like, what I don't like. Do some knife comparisons. So like I said, it's the Kershaw Link. It's partially serrated, as you can see here. The MSRP on this is $59.99, but you could basically get this all day long on most of your popular websites and even eBay for like $39 including shipping. The blade is at 3.25 inches. The steel is a 420 HC steel. The blade is also a drop point blade, which I mentioned before. It's also partially serrated with a stonewash finish. The handle is glass-filled nylon. It's a liner lock, tip-up carry, both left and right side. Oop, we're not focusing here. There you go. Left and right side tip-up carry. It's a nice light 4 ounces, made in the USA. It has your speed safe assisted opening. Let's see. So let's make sure we get some more light in here. Let's take you around a little bit. I don't know why that's coming out of focus. There we go. Nice stonewash. So let's measure it up and compare it to some other knives. Let's see. Little technical difficulties there. The battery went dead a little sooner than I had to, so not exactly sure where I left off because I'm doing this before I do any video trimming. But I think we're getting ready to compare the knife to other knives, or compare for size. So let's start out with the busting out the dollar. Put it against the dollar. As you can see, bigger than a dollar. Let's put it against the ruler. Let's get this. Let's get the knife for the whole knife in the video. In the frame. There it is against the ruler. Alright, and I just happen to have some Kershaws near me, so let's make this an all Kershaw video. Let's put it against Packrat, one of my old-time favorites, or oldie favorites. Not all-time, but definitely one of my favorites. What else? Let's put it against Skyline. Most of these knives that you'll see in this video, I'll have links to that you can see reviews or stuff on. I gotta admit, the Skyline has been in many videos, but I have never done a review for it. But just to let you know, that's the one that it doesn't apply to. So there's the Skyline. Let's see. Well, this is definitely one of my favorites. The Launch 1. There it is against the Launch 1. What else we got here? Kershaw Swerve. And last but not least, the Cryo II. Let's look at it again. I feel like there's not enough light in this video. I know, I'm always saying that, but it could be true. There we go. Now, when reading about this knife on a lot of the knife forums, a lot of people are a big fan of the link. I'm not saying necessarily the link with the partial serrated edge. I think most of them were the plain edge, but nonetheless, it's still the link. You know, that how well it cuts, how well it head sharpens up, that they like the feel of it. Now, we'll go over some things I like about it, what I don't like about it. First of all, the flipping action is great. It really flies open. It really slams in there when you're pushing on the lever. Let's see, it has a little bit of jimping on the flipper too. We haven't done a cut test, but let's do one right now. Get that out of the way. Now, it's a little difficult to do sometimes a cut test with a piece of paper and a serrated, but we'll try to keep it just on the plain part of the blade. Let's see how that goes. Keep in mind, I'm classic for my cut tests. The last couple have been horrendous, even though the knife might be either good or even better than good, and meanwhile I screwed up on video. So let's see what we got here. Nice and sharp. I'd say I give it a B+. One of my sayings in my Kershaw videos is, it's very rare that Kershaw ever disappoints when it comes to sharpness. So, let's see, the lockup, I don't know, what is that about? 50%, hopefully the camera's getting that. Centering, dead center. So sharpness I like. I like that it flips open nice. Here it is in the hand. I like the lightness when in your pocket. You know, you're not going to feel 4 ounces in your pocket too much. Now here's one of my classic don't likes, and it's just a matter of preference. I'm not in love with this clip. To me, the clip is a little bit of a hot spot. Now, in other videos I've mentioned, oh, the Kershaw clip or other clips I like, why don't they copy this such and such a clip, blah, blah, blah. And I usually at the time, like a dummy, I don't have any clips on me that I'm talking about. But here's one in case in point. Like, I love the Launch One clip. It's simple. It's functional. It doesn't, it's not a hot spot. I mean, right now with the launch in my hands, I don't even feel the clip. I can't say that about the Link. I feel that in my hand, but that's also a matter of preference. Some people like this type of clip. I per se do not. Okay, what else is not to like? Now, this doesn't apply to me, but some people, knowing that it's 420 HC steel, might be turned away from it. Now, 420 is not terrible steel. Buck Knives uses that steel a lot. It's a good steel for like machetes and sharpening things for outside, use. But it is considered a lower end steel, and some people might be shied away to that. Now, one thing that a lot of people might definitely like is that it's made in USA. So that's a plus. Now, another negative I find, in my opinion, is the price. Now, $38 is not a lot of money, but low-end steel, well, I'm jumping the gun here. There's another thing I don't like, and I want to add the price into that later on. To me, the part about the knife is I was having a discussion about the newest releases from Kershaw for 2016, and a point was brought up that a lot of the knives, not all the knives, because there's a lot of exciting knives, but a lot of the knives they're too much the same. They don't stand out, and I feel like the Link is like that. You know, just looking at the, like, for instance, I brought the Swerve in before, and I'm not saying these knives look exactly the same, you know, but they just, you know, I don't know, the Link just doesn't stand out to me, you know, as something. Now, what are you saying? Well, what new does stand out? Well, I just happen to have something new that just stands out, and like a dummy, I didn't put it in my video at first. Look at the Kershaw Intellect. Now that stands out, you know. You know that coming and going, but you know, this knife in your hands, you know, you could mistake this for maybe, I don't know how many other Kershaw knives. So for me, it doesn't stand out. Now let's get back to the price again. $39, a knife that 440 HC steel doesn't stand out. You can find a lot of things, even just with Kershaw, for $39, or close to that, or maybe a little bit more, that, you know, that might have a better steel, might stand out, you know, they might have that wow factor, you know. I gotta admit, when I was trying to get the when I was getting the Intellect, I was like, wow, you know, this is, can't wait to get that, can't wait to check that out. It's, you know, it's a different look, blah 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 blah. But you know, I've given away several knives. I can't remember all their names. Kind of like the Swerve, you know, that look like the Link, you know. And I mean, you know, I know you guys don't want you to get literal, like, oh, it's not exactly like the Link, but you know what I mean. Glass-filled nylon, similar blade shape, you know, speed-assisted flipper. You know, looks very much similar. You know, similar idea. So the wow factor for me is another negative. So, but at the end of the day, should you buy this knife? Well, it depends on what you're looking for. You know, you're looking for a good Kershaw knife that, you know, there's not too expensive. You don't mind about, you know, having something that looks different than what everybody else has. That's going to sharpen well. You know, yeah, then yes, this is for you. And the camera's not for you because it's not. There we go. It's not focusing. But if you're looking to spend $38 and you want something different, you know, you want something that maybe stands out a little bit, maybe a little bit higher quality materials, you know, maybe your 440C or your Aus 8 steel, then I would say this is not for you. You know, spend a little bit more, get yourself like the, you know, what would I get instead of this for similar money? I'd get the Cryo II. It's a bigger blade, more functional blade. It's a nicer blade. It stands out, you know. Want to spend a little more? Get yourself a Knockout. I've been singing the praises about the Knockout forever and a day. It's one of the best knives that Kershaw ever made. Not in this video. You want to spend a little more than $38? Get yourself a Kershaw Piston. Another fantastic knife that I've been raving about. Here's a oldie but goodie. I didn't put it in the beginning. I mean, yeah, different blade shape, different length, but you got, it's you know, the Thermite. Another great knife. So it's not to say, you know, that the Link is a bad knife. You know, it's a great knife, you know, but it just, if it was maybe a little bit more upscale, steel, a little bit more wow factor, a little different than the norm, than, you know, like the Swerve or something like that, or that, I think I would have liked it a little bit better, you know. But as it is, it's a pretty cool knife. One last look at it. And like I said, I've read reviews. I haven't seen video reviews, but I've read reviews on it, and people love this knife. So definitely check it out if that's something that's within your price range and a lot of it meets the criteria that I've been discussing all throughout this video. So there you have it. The Kershaw Link, model number 1776 ST. Pretty much everywhere for $39, give or take shipping. Thanks a lot for watching. Take care, and I hope you enjoyed the video.